Welcome. You with the nasty pastor, and I'm back with another chapter. Read from the Fall of America. And I'm gonna tell you, this chapter, we on chapter 36, Four Great Judgments of America. Four Great Judgments of America. And I believe that's a good one. I believe this chapter right here is another good one. You get me? And it's a short chapter. You know what I mean? 6 pages for real. It's 6 pages. I could get this over with in this reading right here, but what is it going to eliminate? It's going to eliminate me processing some some understanding. That's what it's going to mess up. So this will probably be a 2-part read. You know, depending on what we're getting into, it may be a 4-part read. Depending on what's inside this chapter, it might be a 3-part read. I want it to just be 2. I really do. I want to be able to boom, 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 knock out. You get me? Knock out, TKO, done. You get me? Look, let's dive into this reading. To be plagued with too much rain will destroy property and lives. You agree? I agree. It swells the rivers and creeks. Too much rain floods cities and towns. Large bodies of water at the ocean shore lines will be made to swell with unusually high waves, dumping billions of tons of water over the now seashore line. Rain destroys property and kills cattle by drowning them in low lands. Rain destroys the hiding places of vicious beasts and reptiles, bringing them out fighting in small towns in people's homes and farms. Do you agree? You have to be from Florida to get that. You get what I'm saying? You know, I don't know no other way up. You know, I know Florida, you know, you got alligators, you got all that stuff that come up out the swamp when it's a lot of rain. Come up out the swamp, they be in your backyard, they be in your house. You feel what I'm saying? Let's keep it moving. Rain weakens and destroys railroads, tracks, line beds, and bridges. Rain undermines foundations of all types of buildings. Rain makes the atmosphere too heavy with moisture, causing sickness. Yeah, that's what water do. That's what rainwater do. That's what water do. Water will eat semen up over the period of time. You get me? Will eat semen up over the period of time. At least weaken it. You get me? It would chip away it. It would deteriorate it, if that's the best word to use. Wind with rain. Now look, rain is number 1. We might can say wind is number 2. Wind with rain can bring destruction to towns and cities, bringing various germs, causing sickness to the people. It produces unclean water by the swelling of the streams and destroying reservoirs of pure drinking water used for the health of the people. Rain is a destructive army within itself. Hailstones are also a property of life destroyer. Now, if I was to tell you right now that the 4 elements can kill you, what you gonna tell me? What you gonna tell me? You gonna agree with me, or you gonna say, man, stop playing? What you gonna do? We can't withstand fire. We will drown in water. A hurricane, a tornado ain't nothing but a wind. Will it kill you? Yeah, it will kill you. What else we got? We got water, fire, air, and earth. Now, what earth will do to you? What will earth do to you? It will suffocate you, right? Right? If I bury you in dirt, you will suffocate, right? Cool. Let's proceed. Snow is of the most dreaded plague when it comes in great drifts from 5 to 35 feet. It buries your property and lives. It destroys your highways, your cities, and your concrete and gravel in towns and cities. It puts a great burden of expense upon the cities. It puts a great burden of expense upon the city to repair it. The cave-in of roofs of homes, the cutting off of homes, the cutting off of transportation, isolating areas brings about starvation, and communication is destroyed with the icing of communication wires. Snow looks pretty because of its clean look. Almost everything of nature is beautiful, but it can be turned into death and destruction against man. Snow is prophesied to be one of the weapons that God will use against the wicked. And that is in Job 38:22-23. Hail also is mentioned in the same two verses, where God plainly tells us that he has preserved it against the time of trouble, against the day of the battle and war. The Holy Quran also teaches us that God used snow, rain, wind, hail, earthquakes, and fire against former wicked people. Now, you know the judgment that's supposed to come upon mankind now is what? Fire, right? Come on now, let's talk. Fire, right? But there's nothing prophesied about wind. You get me? It's prophesied in Revelation, you get me, that there will be natural destruction. You get what I'm saying? But I'm talking about just that main soul element destroying mankind. You get me? Fire is supposed to destroy mankind. I don't care if it's a meteor shower dropping down on this earth, it produces fire. You get me? I don't care if this rock we live on is going to be a gravitational pull into that sun. That is fire destroying mankind. Is America any better than the people who read about it in the history that God destroyed? No, she is not as good. These people were not as wicked as the American people. Earthquakes can destroy towns and cities instantly. America is in the grip of divine judgment. America is in the position toward her once slave so-called Negro as Pharaoh was with Israel as his slave. She is in this position because of the injustice done to the American so-called Negro slave, brought to America over 400 years ago, and refuses to let them go free. They only say that you are free, knowing within that you are not able to leave them without anything, but the injustice continues to increase. Now they plan death. So this God was predicted by the prophets to come to the defense of this people, so-called Negroes. In the last days, after they served the enemy for 400 years, the Bible declares Abraham in Genesis that God would judge the people to whom his people, Abraham, would be in bondage. You know something? I'm going to pause this right there. Yeah, I ain't going no further. I'm going to leave this for the rest of this read. But you see how the president that freed the slave was named Abraham Lincoln. Come on now, let's talk. Let's talk. Abraham Lincoln. Ain't that something? There was an Abraham that born Moses, that brought Moses in the world to free the Israelites, the Jews. You get what I'm saying? Does history not repeat itself? History does not repeat itself. Once again, I'm going to say this to you, you know what I mean? The messenger to free the African American slave was a white man. Come on, man. A white man. But we, as a culture, we as descendants of African American slaves had a grudge against the whole, give me the whole white community. I can't do that. I can't do that because I know it's some good in that community. I know it's some good in that community. We all got doubles in our communities. We can't blame the whole community. We just can't. Can't. Unless the whole community stand up and said, I'm a part of the KKK and I agree with everything the KKK is doing now, and I agree with everything the KKK did back then we can go ahead and agree that the whole white community is a bunch of BS. Until then, we gotta love. We gotta love. It's in our scriptures. You must love your neighbor. You must love it. And if you sit there and tell me, well, it ain't nothing but black people around me, I don't have no white neighbors, then you don't get it. You understand me? You don't get it. It's time for us to erase racism and humanity. It's time. It's overdue. It's time. It's time for us to stop blaming why, another culture is more successful than our culture. We have fallen victim to mental slavery. We have fallen victim to being captive in bondage in the now, which is prisons, which is jails. You get what I'm saying? You get it? Because we want everything we see another culture with materially. You get it? And you don't even realize that may not be theirs. You get me? They just driving and washing it today. You get it? They have access to use it. You get it? They work at the car lot that their family own, and they're able to drive these vehicles, but they don't own them. They don't own them. Yeah, the family own them, but the individual don't own it. I'll break it down to you more. You get what I'm saying? You see these little corner stores? You see how most of these foreigners have a corner store, and it's a family represented environment, right? You see that the dad worked there. You see that the dad turns it over to his sister. She worked there. You see that the children get a chance to work there and all that, right? It's theirs, but is it individually theirs? And see, that's the thing about the black community. We haven't built an infrastructure, or we have not structured anything family oriented. We haven't. We haven't. Tell yourself the truth. You haven't. Some, not all. You get it? And we need all to get it if we're going to be successful as a culture. It's time to stop thinking individually, because then you're selfish. You get me? You're selfish and you're only thinking about yourself. It's time to think as a whole. Look, time up. You've been with the nasty pastor. I'm out, and I love you.